Environmental Studies 2, DJPE and DPPE, EE22, presented by Mrs. H.A. Saunderson. Content-based presentation, the 29th of July, 2017. Welcome, class. A very warm welcome to all students. Today I want to focus on the content that will be needed to concentrate on for this August examination. Start early enough to study and work through old exam papers to familiarize yourself with different types of questions. General information, important. Continuous assessment per semester module consists of 100 marks for modules of 8 credits. A 50% semester or continuous assessment mark is required for admission to examinations. Examination format, duration 2 hours, and question paper consists of 4 questions and the total mark is 100. Instructions. When you start to write your answers, please write understandably, neatly and clearly. It is very difficult to allocate marks to work that is not easy to read because of poor handwriting. Read instructions carefully and ensure that you know what is required before you start. Write your details as requested on the front page of the answer book. Read the exam paper thoroughly to make sure you understand the instructions and questions. Calculate how much time you will need for each question. When reading the questions, look at the verbs that are used to ask the question. Know what is expected of each verb when answering questions. You can find these verbs in your study guide. Please familiarize yourself with the meaning of each verb. It is important to please take the marks allocated in consideration for each question when determining the length of your answer. Do not write more content than needed for only 2 marks. For example, 2 answers or 2 sentences for 2 marks. Lesson planning. Let's look at how to plan an environmental education lesson. To find examples of how to prepare lessons, you can make use of the Teacher's Manual for Pre-Primary Education written by NIET and supplied by the Ministry of Education. Remember, in every lesson, the objectives, basic competencies, teaching aids, and content of the lesson will differ. However, the main features of a lesson plan are: lesson objectives. Write down what you want to achieve when teaching a specific lesson. Basic competencies. Briefly write down which competencies you want the learners to have mastered by the end of the lesson. Environmental learning is a thematic approach. Themes and topics. What is the theme and the subtopic of the theme? Introduction. Describe how you will introduce your lesson. An introduction should always be attention-catching, for example, a story, a joke, a rhyme, an object, etc., to help to focus the learner's attention. Lesson content. Presentation. Describe how you will teach and present the different activities of the lesson. Describe the different activities you will present and include the important facts that you want to teach the learners. Conclusion. Describe how you will end off your lesson. Learning support. Plan your learning support for slow as well as fast learners who will benefit from the lesson presented. Assessment. Plan what and how assessment will be done. It is important to remember that you can be asked to describe how you would plan a lesson on any of the environmental education topics. For example, plants, light, soil, sound, weather, living and non-living things, etc. Then you need to know the facts of each lesson or of each topic. Next, I will highlight a few important units that you need to study. Chapter 1, the Namibian social groups and institutions. Family. What are the roles of a family? What is done to improve women's role in society? Chapter 2, the Namibian culture. Describe a historical figure, historical places and persons, the national flag. Chapter 3, Namibian infrastructure and communication, languages and transport. Chapter 4, economic, civic and geographical features of Namibia, entrepreneurship and small businesses, components of a small business, mining activities in Namibia, natural landscapes in Namibia. Chapter 5, health and nutrition, tending to wounds, healthy lifestyle, a balanced diet, and infectious diseases. Chapter 6, plants, living and non-living things, characteristics of living things, and the Welwitschia mirabilis plant. Chapter 7, insects and animals, the role of birds and insects in the food chain. Food and other products from farm animals like sheep, cattle, and pigs. Features and characteristics of the oryx. Chapter 8, Science and Geography, characteristics of non-living things. protect the environment, and weather conditions. Other information. We truly understand that success comes through hard work, and in order for you to succeed in this course, you need to study very hard. Set goals and deadlines and stick to them. Be realistic. You will be frustrated if you do not create sufficient time in your personal schedule. Student, please contact or SMS me if needed between 17 to 19 hours. Phone number 0811466046 or email hanneliesaunderson@gmail.com. Thank you very much for your cooperation. Good luck and all the best with your studies and examination.